The Bulldog Nation enters each football season with great expectations. It is the mission of head coach Mark Richt to develop the talented athletes wearing the silver breeches into a finely tuned squad. An offense capable of moving the ball against the stingiest defense. And a defense with the ability to stop their opponents before they get started. Last week's victory against Auburn earned the Bulldogs the opportunity to play for the SEC championship. But for the team holding the number 5 BCS ranking, there are still more objectives for the 2012 season, and they start right here in Athens, right now.
And the fans filing into Sanford Stadium between the hedges for today's ball game between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Eagles of Georgia Southern. This will be the 5th time the two teams have played. Of course, Georgia Southern came into being when Irk Russell left the Georgia Bulldogs as defensive coordinator and started that program back in the early 80s. Georgia has won all 4 of the games, but the Georgia Southern Eagles are number 6 in the FCS standings. We have a beautiful day for football. The temperature should be up around 60 degrees today with very light breeze. It is nothing but a beautiful day here on the campus of the University of Georgia. Beautiful day for football. It looks like the stadium is going to be pretty much full. There may be a couple of empty seats, but as they file in here, I have a feeling we'll have not only the rock and roll bands that you're viewing on your screen right now, but a full crowd and a substantial number of people, DJ Jones, have driven up from Statesboro for Georgia Southern to see this ball game.
Absolutely. There's a relationship there, almost a cousin, if you will, between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Georgia Southern Eagles. These fans know each other. Many of the kids, the students, and alumni are friends, so this is a friendly football atmosphere, if you will.
All right, we're ready for the kickoff, and deep for Georgia will be Malcolm Mitchell, number 26. Mitchell, of course, who's been such a versatile player this year, who's played on defense, wide receiver on offense, and is a kick returner. And Luke Cherry, who does the deep kicking, kickoffs, and punting for Georgia Southern, will kick off the football. He is a junior from Jacksonville, Florida. So we're ready to get underway here at Sanford Stadium. The Georgia Bulldogs have Georgia Southern today. They will host Georgia Tech next Saturday and then play Alabama for the SEC championship, East versus West, in 2 weeks. But first, task at hand, Georgia Southern, and this game is underway. From the 1-yard line, Malcolm Mitchell tripped up right at the 20 and comes across the 20 on a nice play made by Edwin Jackson, a return of 20 yards. And we are set to get underway with the Georgia Bulldogs coming out on offense first. And Aaron Murray steps up. Aaron Murray has 24 touchdown passes, only 7 interceptions. He's already graduated and is currently enrolled in the Industrial Organizational Psychology Doctorate Program. That's a smart quarterback.
Absolutely.
Incomplete pass on the first play, a gain of only 1. And now throwing across the middle. It is complete to the tight end, who's breaking down the sideline. That is Arthur Lynch. Arthur Lynch finally brought down at about the 28 or 29-yard line by the nickelback Deion Stanley, number 29, and Georgia with a big play right off the gap, 49 yards to Lynch. Opening drive of this ball game from Sanford Stadium. And now Ogletree in at fullback as the Bulldogs dot the I with Todd Gurley. Play fake, there's that turnaround, throw across the middle to Lynch again, and Lynch is down to the 14-yard line.
Great play fake by Aaron Murray. We saw this play a couple of weeks ago, and he and David Green are the best at, of course, faking that play action up inside, hiding that ball on his thigh.
So Arthur Lynch now with 2 catches, 15 yards on the last one. Should be enough beef there to get it done. They'll give it to Gurley, and he goes in virtually untouched. So Todd Gurley gets his 12th touchdown of the year.
Great job up front by the offensive line of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Run over on the right side, and Canarius Gates, who had been playing left tackle, is playing right guard today because Chris Burnett is out with an injury. So David Andrews and Chris Burnett and John Theus were the blockers on that play to the right side of the Georgia offensive line. Here's Marshall Morgan for the point after. And it is 7-0 Georgia. And this all started with a 49-yard pass to tight end Arthur Lynch.
Precision pass right there. Of course, great timing between the tight end and the quarterback. But again, Lynch is all on Lynch.
And John Stevenson, the outside linebacker, was there but couldn't bring down the big Georgia tight end. All right, they move it out to the 34-yard line, so it's first down and 5 now for the Georgia Southern Eagles. The Georgia Southern Eagles scored 21 points and amassed 300 yards of offense against Alabama and losing 45-21 to Alabama last year. So this team can move the ball against the big boys. Here's that option, kept by McKinnon. He fell down after he got the first down out to the 43-yard line. And let's take a look at that Georgia Southern offense. Trailing 7-0 here. McKinnon flips out. He goes to Robinson out on the corner, and he gets close to the first down, depending on where they'll spot the ball over there. Looks like he's about a yard short. Line up in a single wing look. McKinnon's going to tuck it and try to run it himself. Does not get the first down. Gets to about the 34-yard line. All right, it's fourth down, and the Georgia Southern Eagles are going to go for it. Fourth down and 4 from just inside the 35-yard line of Georgia. Here's the handoff to the fullback. He does not get it, and Georgia will take over on downs at their own 33-yard line. It was Kwame Gathers, number 99, and 45, Christian Robinson, who were in on the play to stop Georgia Southern at the 33-yard line, as Todd Gurley remains the tailback in the eye. Play fake, and Aaron Murray is throwing. It is complete to number 17, Rontavious Wooten, and he gets to the 46-yard line before he's tackled by John Stevenson, number 41, the leading tackler, a gain of 21 of the Georgia Southern Eagles. Georgia leading 7-0 on a 79-yard drive to open the game. This pass is complete to Conley. Conley gets the first down and goes out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. Chris Conley, the sophomore, getting more catches now. Remember that Georgia playing short in the wide receiver department as Marlon Brown is out for the season with an injury. He accounted for 4 touchdowns, and Michael Bennett, who had also accounted for 4, out for the season.
Russell's an All-American, and he's the guy that is the best defender on this defensive football team for Southern.
All right, now third down 15 as Murray gets set to throw. And he misses his intended target. It was Justin Scott Wesley, number 86, and Georgia comes up short.
A lot of pressure on Murray on that particular play. As you can see, Murray has his sights set, but of course was rushed a little bit there. John Stevenson, the former walk-on, got the quarterback hurt.
All right, this is going to be close to a 52-yarder. It'll 51 and a half at least. They're going to call it a 52. And if Marshall Morgan is able to make it, it would match his season long. He has one from 52 before. Saw him hitting 50-yarders beforehand. And it doesn't get there. Remember, he can return this ball. Out to the 20, the 25, down the sideline to the 42-yard line of Georgia. Marshall Morgan comes up to make the tackle.
Number 7, Darian Robinson.
That's what Zach is known for, by the way, on Channel 2, his great reporting. McKinnon has the ball come out of his hands at the 33-yard line as he was attempting to go deep with a pass. Georgia has recovered at the 33. Jerick McKinnon, who rarely passes the football. He'd only thrown 26 passes all year long. Had it come right out of his hands, DJ.
He had Zach Walker in his sights, although Walker was double covered down the field. So he probably wanted to pull it back, but it slipped out of his hand. He sees Walker, but Walker has 2 defenders on him. He wants to pull it back and loses the ball.
So the first down and 10 now from the 44-yard line. The play fake. Murray under pressure, avoids one man, but not the second man, and down he goes. John Stevenson, number 41, and Javon Minchin were back there with the pressure. Second down 18 for the Bulldogs after the sack of Murray. Murray throwing right over the middle. It is complete, and that is to McGowan. McGowan is hit right at the 45-yard line. The ball came loose. Let's wait till they unpile before we get a signal there. It was McGowan with the reception.
I believe it was Lavelle Westbrook who put the hat on McGowan.
It is Georgia Southern football at the 44-yard line of the Eagles. To call it second down and 7 now for Georgia Southern. Yet to score. Georgia Southern scored 69 points last week at home against Howard University. Here is Robinson getting to the outside, getting close to the first down, but not quite there. Sean Williams came up to put the lick on it.
I tell you, those Bulldogs have an opportunity to see Jarvis Jones make big plays, but he's in a different position this time around because the keys are so much different going against this triple option.
And that's going to be the last play of the first quarter, with the Georgia Bulldogs holding on to a 7-0 lead, and the Georgia Southern Eagles are inside Bulldogs territory when we return.
Please draw your attention to the southwestern yard line.
This is first down from the 12. Swope. Diving. They're saying his knee went down just shy of the goal line. First man through was Dominique Swope, and he got near the goal line where it'll be first down and goal for the Eagles. First down goal. McKinnon's going to keep it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. That's McKinnon's 12th touchdown of the year as he kept it on the close. We may get a review on it. We'll wait and see. But the delayed signal said touchdown, Georgia Southern.
Excellent execution by this Georgia Southern offense.
Now set up for the point after, Alex Hanks, freshman from Marietta, Georgia. Excellent young kicker. In for the point after. And it is good, and we have a tie game, 7-7. So Jerick McKinnon gets his 12th touchdown of the season. He's already rushed for over 1,000 yards. 11 plays, 55 yards in 5 minutes, and we are tied at 7 at Sanford. Murray throws it complete to Mitchell. Mitchell inside the 35 to the 31 or 32-yard line. Malcolm Mitchell, number 26, the versatile player who returns kicks, plays some defense, now mostly playing wide receiver since the injuries to Marlon Brown and Michael Bennett.
This is so far in the first half.
They're giving it to Marshall. He finds running room. He's got that quick, explosive speed, and he gets it down to about the 13-yard line for a Georgia first down. Keith Marshall continues at running back, number 4. Penetration, and down goes Murray. Patrick Flo came right up the middle, the true freshman linebacker, playing in place of Kyle Olbeck, the usual starter who is out with an injury today.
Patrick Flo does an excellent job. Take him out here. The freshman comes right up the middle, unblocked. By the way, Flo is the son of Parkview's head football coach, Cecil Flo. He also played for his dad last year at Parkview.
37-yard field goal attempt here by Marshall Morgan. It is good, and the Bulldogs have regained the lead 10-7. So the sack proves to be not too damaging as Georgia's able to come away with 3 points. They lead 10-7, 6:25 to go in the first half from Sanford Stadium. First down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Gets to the outside is Bryant. Bryant driving out for the first down and a whole lot more to about the 43-yard line. Bryant is 5'9", only 175, but he's a very strong runner. Gained 19 on that carry. That's the 10th first down of the day for Georgia Southern. By the way, Jenkins lining up over the guard, not the center. Here's the second pass attempt. It is complete to Tyler Sumner, the tight end. And to give you an idea of how rarely the ball is thrown by Georgia Southern, that's only his third catch all year. Georgia leading in the game by a score of 10-7. Todd Grantham got his players working against this triple option. They had to run it against the scout team all week. It's hard to simulate the exact power and the speed of this, but this time Alec Ogletree comes back to make a play for Georgia, and Damian Swan was there too.
You get a true appreciation of the athleticism of Alex Ogletree.
From the 16-yard line, they give it to the dive man. That's fullback Dominique Swope. Gets to about the 13-yard line. Line to make for the first down is inside the 7. Georgia leading 10-7 late in the first half. This is Robinson against the grain. He is hit by Ogletree but broke the tackle. See how far he got. I don't believe he got close to the first down. Well, he may have gotten close. I don't think he got the first down. All right, here they come. Georgia had the timeout. Georgia Southern coming back. It's fourth down. And less than a yard. McKinnon. He's going to give it to Swope, the dive man, and Swope gets the first down. Wow, Alec Ogletree made the play, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul, chop block, number 76, offense. 15 yards from the previous spot, replay fourth down.
Yeah, you see the argument from Jeff Monk, and just to clarify, the difference between a cut block, which is blocking somebody down around the knees, and a chop block. If a player is engaged by one player above the waist, and then another player blocks, you get the chop block. That's the illegal part.
There's a lot of problems that come when you have a team that chop blocks, and again, the defenses hate it, defensive linemen especially, because there's such a fine line between cutting a guy and chopping a guy.
This would tie the game. It is wide to the right and no good. With 1:03 remaining in the half, Georgia will take over. And the Georgia Southern Eagles, had there not been the chop block and the call on it, the Georgia Southern Eagles would have been inside the Georgia 5-yard line with first down and goal. As it is, Georgia maintains their lead here by a score of 10-7. So the first play from the line of scrimmage for Georgia to open this ball game was a 49-yard pass play to Arthur Lynch, the tight end. This time coming over to the near side, that's short hops, and it goes incomplete, intended for Tavares King. Penalty marker is down on the field with 37 seconds to go in the half.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 99, defense. 15 yards from the previous spot, first down.
So that penalty flag, it was thrown on Tarico Agnew, a defensive end, number 99, for roughing Aaron Murray. That'll move the ball way up here to midfield, and Georgia now has it first down and 10 from the 45-yard line. It is complete to King at the 45-yard line. Clock stopped. DC goes out of bounds. 32 seconds, and Georgia now with an opportunity to get down into field goal territory. Murray rifles it over the middle. It is complete to Jay Rome, and Rome is inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. A.J. McCray made the stop. Georgia running up to the line of scrimmage with the clock at 26 seconds. It'll a gain of 21 yards. Georgia lines up. It'll start, and as soon as it's set, and the clock has started. Murray going into the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Chris Connolly. Over on the far side, he was open, had beaten the defender deep. Keith Marshall in the backfield on this third down play, third down and 10. Make that Gurley. Here is Malcolm Mitchell, touchdown! Almost Almost a replay of the last play against Ole Miss late in the first half. This time, though, instead of Tavares King, it was Malcolm Mitchell, and he just caught his 4th touchdown pass of the year.
And to show you how much confidence that Murray has in Malcolm Mitchell, he came right back. The play before was defended perfectly by Westbrook. They came right back with the same play, this time for a touchdown.
Here is Marshall Morgan for the point after. 4 seconds to go in the half. It's good. And the Bulldogs lead by a score of 17-7. And at the half, the score is 17-7. And we've seen in this first half some really good running by the Georgia Bulldogs, Todd Gurley and Keith Marshall. As a matter of fact, they passed Herschel Walker for his 1,616 yards. All right, Mark Richt with his comments, 115 wins, hoping for 116 here today. By the way, Gurley with 32 yards rushing went up to 1,000 yards. Marshall has 27 in the first half. Stay with us. We'll be back to our studios for football highlights after this. This team averages 400 yards a game rushing the ball, which is number 1 in the FCS. They had 149 in the first half, and a mix-up on the play there. As a matter of fact, McKinnon nearly fell over his own player and is going to be stopped for no gain. Falling forward. Gives to the dive man. Nothing going that time. You see Kwame gathers in on the play. 3rd down and 9. Going to throw the ball under a lot of pressure.
Jordan Jenkins was able to deflect and break that pass up.
Jordan Jenkins, the true freshman outside linebacker who's playing in place of Chase Vassar, who's injured and out for the year at 6'3", 260.
When you're 5'9" and you're playing quarterback, those are some of the shortcomings that come with trying to pass the ball in this league.
Sanford Stadium on a beautiful football Saturday afternoon. The temperature hovering right around 60 degrees, just slight breezes, little nip in the air. It's coming out of the northeast a little bit, but really a beautiful day, and it feels like college football on this November 17th. Out of the shotgun, going to give the ball to Todd Gurley. Now he's over 1,000 clearly. Gurley had 27 yards in the first half, which put him right at the 1,000-yard mark, but he gets enough that time for the first down. Complete to Conley at the 41-yard line. See Brent Russell there. No relation, but let's talk about Irk Russell and the fact that Irk Russell established this program back in 1981.
Just a tremendous football icon, and again, the great pride that they have down at Georgia Southern. When Irk Russell went down there in 1981, I mentioned earlier, they didn't have anything, any equipment or whatsoever, but in just a short amount of time, he was able to establish a championship, and since that time, 6 national championships. These guys play with a tremendous amount of pride. Irk Russell was one who could get the best out of those who didn't have much. Again, I can remember on that 1980 championship team defense, you know, those guys on paper didn't add up or didn't stack up against our competition, but Irk Russell was such a motivator, and it's inspired these guys tremendously.
All right, 3rd down 15 now. Georgia back in action after the timeout. Murray with a play call at the line. Going to give to Gurley, wide open. Down the middle goes Todd Gurley. Down to the 17-yard line. First down, Georgia. Murray goes into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown! Chris Connolly with the 14-yard reception.
Great job by Murray, waiting on this play to develop. Connolly running the flag route and having a lot of room working off of the hash to the corner of the back end zone. Tremendous effort and great throw.
Marshall Morgan in for the point after. Georgia leading at 23-7. With just a minute left in the first half, there was an opportunity for Georgia Southern to take the lead. They got called for an illegal chop block, and before you knew it, Murray had thrown a touchdown pass to Malcolm Mitchell, and now the Bulldogs have come out here and tacked on another touchdown. Georgia Southern first down 10 from the 16-yard line. Here's the pitch to Bryant, hit in the backfield for a loss. That was Christian Robinson, number 45, that got back there to make the play. There's a triple option. This is Robinson, Alec Ogletree, and Jarvis Jones. Boy, they have combined for a lot of plays today.
They have, and they've been working together the whole day.
Out of the shotgun this time is Jerick McKinnon. He'll give to Robinson, who will run it out here to about the 15. Murray is going to go deep, has a man down there. It is caught for the touchdown to Tavares King. No penalty markers down. The touchdown will stand a yardage of 42 on the pass to Tavares King.
Nothing tricky about that play. King just used his speed, and Aaron Murray got it out there with great touch. King ran right up under it, running past the Eagles defender for the score.
As we looked at this Georgia Southern defensive team, one of the things we thought would be open, as did Mike Bobo and the Georgia coaches, of course, might be open some good passing yardage against this team because they're used to playing so much against the run game.
Absolutely, and King scored on the freshman cornerback, Tay Hickton.
So 3 touchdown passes today for Aaron Murray. Tavares King. Nice ball and a good catch. King in for the Georgia touchdown. And the Bulldogs lead by a score of 31-7. We have 5 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the third quarter. That was only 3 plays covering 47 yards. Only took a minute 23.
You know, you made reference to the touchdown record there, but you know, one thing about these touchdowns and this great record, you never will hear offensive coordinator Mike Bobo's name attached to this success because he is the offensive coordinator. He always gets blamed when Georgia's not scoring as many as the Bulldog Nation wants him to score, but hey, Bobo is just as responsible for this record as anybody.
There's a fumble. Swope came through with the ball out in front, and he lost control of it. Let's see who fell on it. It is Georgia ball.
Is recovered by the Bulldogs.
Swope had a pretty good open with that ball, but the ball squirted loose, and the Bulldogs fell on it. Ogletree comes up with the fumble recovery. Out of the eye now. Merritt Hall in at fullback, number 43. Play fake. Murray hit as he throws. That was nearly picked off. John Stevenson nearly got it. The pressure came from Josh Gebhardt, who got right in the face. There's John Stevenson, who is the leading tackler on this team.
Take a look here. Murray steps up inside, but Gebhardt all on top of him.
Georgia Southern's done a pretty good job rushing the passer today, although Murray has 240 yards passing, 2 sacks. This is 3rd down 9. And it is complete. And he comes down to Justin Scott Wesley at the 34-yard line. The eye. Actually, a pistol formation. Still looks like an eye. Complete to Chris Connolly. Connolly down the sidelines. Connolly, touchdown, Georgia. That's the 4th touchdown pass of the day from Aaron Murray. A touchdown pass of 33 yards and the 2nd touchdown reception of the day for Chris Connolly.
Excellent block by Wooten out there. Of course, blocking the cornerback down to the ground. And, of course, Chris Connolly accelerating and breaking tackles for the score. Has another look at it here, but you don't see this key block. But Wooten gave the initial block that freed up Chris Connolly, and the rest is history.
And the point after is good. And Georgia now starting to lay the wood on the Georgia Southern Eagles. 45 seconds to go in the third quarter on this first down play. McKinnon with the pitch to Bryant. Bryant, as the read was well done, as Christian Robinson, who came back to make the play this time, number 45.
Tell you what, Christian Robinson is on his game. He's doing exactly what the defense asked him to do.
And they're not going to run another play is Georgia Southern, as they're just walking down as the clock ticks down 13, 12, 11, 10. Not going to run another play, trying to shorten the game. And that's one way to do it, is to run down to your bench before the clock runs down to triple zeros, and that's the end of 3 quarters. With the University of Georgia Bulldogs behind 4 touchdown passes from Aaron Murray, 2 catches by Chris Connolly, and Georgia leads 38-7.
Now here's the time when you want this team, or you would hope that this triple option could get into some passing situations and execute if you're Georgia Southern.
There's a passing situation, but no execution. You just saw Keith Marshall on the sideline. Out of the shotgun now. That ball batted down. So Aaron Murray is 18 of 27 for about 330 yards. I say about 330, 331. Georgia Southern Eagles. Georgia Southern co-champions of the Southern Conference. They're 8-2 on the season coming into this game today. They'll be going into the FCS playoffs shortly. Here's the pitch to Bryant. Once again, Ogletree steps up there along with 29 Jarvis Jones.
Brian, the ball carrier.
That's just been a nightmare for Georgia Southern today. And most people would think that they have an outside shot at winning a national title too. So you could say Georgia and Georgia Southern both have some thoughts of national titles. Here goes McKinnon. Remember, he's got 4.5 speed. Actually, as you pointed out earlier, a little better than 4.5 speed. He gets a first down that time on a gain of 33 yards.
And you certainly saw that burst as he exploded upfield for a really, really nice game.
Third down, about 3. McKinnon with the handoff, and a big run from William Banks, his first carry of the day, and Banks gets it to the 30-yard line of Georgia, picking up the first down before Sean Williams got there. A gain of 22. Second down, 4. That's Bryant in motion. They're going to give the dive man, once again, that's Banks. He'll be thrown back. They'll say his forward progress got him to about the 24-yard line. This is third down, 5. McKinnon keeps it, but he was tripped up by Christian Robinson, who got low himself on that. He was cut beneath the cut block, if you will.
Looked like they shot Robinson out of a cannon there, getting into the backfield there.
Georgia Southern will continue with possession of the ball. They'll go for it on this 4th down and 4. McKinnon keeps it. Look out, look out. He gets to the outside. McKinnon, touchdown, Georgia Southern.
Great blocking and great running on a cutback by McKinnon. He started to the left, got upfield, and went against the grain for a score.
Got a great block from Swope on that play, too. That was a touchdown run of 24 yards.
Yeah, you see everything that we were talking about during the pregame with his speed and quickness, and again, his ability. But like I said earlier, I think this is a little too late for Georgia Southern.
6:41 to go in the ball game. This is Alex Hanks for the point after. And it is good. So Georgia 38-14 with 6:41 to go. McKinnon with 2 touchdowns today. This is fun to watch. This is a great run.
It's fun for us to watch, but I'm sure that Coach Grantham and his defensive staff are going to give these guys all they can handle.
He's got the quicks and the speed. Jerick McKinnon. There have been a bunch of smooth plays here, particularly in the passing game for Georgia, to give you just a little hint. There's an onside kick. The ball is loose.
It certainly went far enough.
Looks like Georgia fell on it. There's been no signal yet. It did go far enough. Georgia has come up with the ball. Mike Bobo said he gave a test to his backup quarterbacks and said the one who passed the test was going to be the number 2 guy today. So it must have, or who did best on the test, it must have been Parker Welch. Nice throw, complete to McGowan, down to the 28-yard line. Tay Hicklin made the stop for Georgia Southern. And again, these players are dejected in this game. They didn't expect to come here and lose. Even though they will now be 0-5 in games played at Sanford State. All of them have been played at Sanford Stadium with Georgia Southern.
It's a good football team. That's a good football player there, that quarterback McKinnon.
Jarek McKinnon is from the Atlanta area. He played at Sprayberry High School. Welch throwing into the end zone. Touchdown! Justin Scott Wesley. What a nice pass from Parker Welch of 13 yards. Deion Stanley had good coverage on the play.
Great to see Justin Scott Wesley get a touchdown catch here. He had a catch earlier in the game, but to get into the end zone, this young man has tremendous speed. And when you talk about deep threats in the SEC, if this young man can put it all together, you'll certainly hear his number and name called quite often.
All right, two players with their first touchdown passes there, and Justin Scott Wesley, the redshirt freshman, as is Parker Welch. Point after is good.
Point after is good.
And Georgia leads at 45-14. This is a nice toss, DJ.
Very nice toss and a great use of hands there by Justin Scott Wesley, the two-time sprint champion out of Camilla.
This could be the last play of the ball game that won't ever go away. 45-14, Georgia. We had a great first half, by the way. I hope you were able to catch it. Georgia Southern with an opportunity to take the lead with around a minute left. Here's that pass play into the end zone. Incomplete, and Georgia Southern's going to have to turn the ball over as on downs with 4 seconds to go. So Georgia can come out in the victory formation and take a knee on that one.
And just like I said before, again, huddling the defense together to say, hey, look, guys, these guys have to go to the end zone. I mean, if he didn't take that timeout, those young guys that are out there in the secondary playing right now might not have been on point.
View of Todd Gurley, had himself a whale of a day today, went over 1,000 for the season. And for the final play of the game, Christian LeMay in at quarterback for the Georgia Bulldogs. And Georgia now will go back to their full pads and their practice with their, what do they call it, your eyes and your hands?
That's right. That's how you play that cut block. You have to play it with your hands and your eyes.
Against bigger, faster cut blockers on the behalf of Georgia Tech. So Mason will take that and touch it down, and that's going to end this ball game with the Georgia Bulldogs beating Georgia Southern by a score of 45-14. Aaron Murray throws 4 touchdown passes today, and one of them came right before the end of the half. So on behalf of our entire crew, Zach Klein and DJ Jones, this is Bob Neal. We want to thank you for watching this special presentation on Channel 2 of Georgia Bulldog football. Aaron Murray throws for 4 touchdown passes today, and the Bulldogs win by a score of 45-14. This is Bob Neal saying, see you down the road.